What's up with y'all? Today is a great day to have a great day. Today is a great day to have a great day. Anyway, if you're watching on the replay, take a second right now to comment down below where you're watching from. I got a good one for you guys today. Um, you can kind of see it in the title. But if you were able to reframe your business around this one key principle, you can make yourself some more money. Okay. And for a lot of you guys out there, the money is already in your business. And there's two things to address. I had a great comment come in. Um, I love to have open dialogue, and I love to just converse with you guys in your perspective, man. A lot of the stuff that I'm talking about, really all of the stuff that I've been talking about as of late, have absolutely zero to do with like what you can make, right? Or like how to do this or boxing this, right? And I keep saying I got this Cameo 5 over there sitting there looking at it. Every day I tell myself, every time I look at it, not every day, but every time I look at it, I say, one day I'm gonna be a YouTuber again. One day I'm gonna be a YouTuber again. Right? I tell myself every time I look at it. Every time I look at it, I say, one day I'm gonna be a YouTuber again. But I know that for years I've heard that stuff, and it has a purpose. And shout out to Adrian Little. She said, hey, I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. Shout out to you. Hey, that means when I get to Charlotte, you got to come see me. When I get to Charlotte later on this year, you got to come see me. So glad you're live. I'm ready to reopen my business. Listen, that is exactly what I'm here to talk about. And it's about focusing on the right things and spending your time doing the right things. Right? So as you reopen, you want to make sure that you're focusing on the right things. What up, bro? How's business for you, man? We ain't caught up in a while, man. We gotta get on the phone, man. See where you at. I don't know if you talk to the team, but either way, me and you know what I'm saying? A couple people grandfathered into this grind that we going on, right? A couple people went on the journey with me last year and improved their businesses, and so y'all grandfathered in. But I want to get to this comment. Let me find it. I'm over here scrolling. You can get so caught up scrolling. Yeah, just hit me sometime this week. Hit me sometime this week. Anytime this week, man. Anytime this week. Just text, and then let's jump on the call, see where you at, man. All right. This comment right here, man. So it says, my thing is all these t-shirt gurus know so much about making six figures, but always have time to make videos or do classes. I have worked for big-time millionaire t-shirt makers like American Apparel, and Dove never, ever had time to get on YouTube, better yet, even do classes. I was told it's easy for people to fool about business. It is easy about business is people that don't know the business. And then it says, and I'm saying it's true. I worked for a small embroidery print shop, made $5 million a year. The owner never had time to make a YouTube video, Facebook, or IG post about how to make six figures. I asked him why he don't teach classes, and he said, "Do you want to get paid on time, or do you want me to teach someone to be my competition and steal my orders?" And now we close down. He's making $1 million easy, but making that every year plus paying employees and bookkeeping and paying tax is the task. He goes, I forget about paying on you, something like that. All right, so some of this, it ain't my reading, it's somehow it was worded or whatever, but I thought this was a great point. I thought this was a great thing, and I didn't take it any personally. Um, and I wanted to kind of get on and talk about this before we get into the main topic, which I wanted to talk about today, and basically say there's a portion of what he's saying that is correct, right? And this is from Elevated Apparel on one of the last lives. And so I created first, and I'm gonna talk about it from my perspective, but I also felt like this as well. So I'll kind of wrap it up with there. But I felt like when I came into the game 2017, talking about the YouTube space, I had already been in the game for 8 years, right? And I was literally just hustling. I made my first six figures in 2015. And I made it in like three, four months of the year. Like Straight Outta Compton came out and I went on a crazy run. It was a mixture of like brand stuff and it was a mixture of print stuff in there. That was the first time that I crossed into six figures. And I only know that I crossed into six figures at that time because I could remember how much I was every month, right? So it was 20,000, 30,000. And this was online sales. And then I had cash in pocket. So I had a good 3-month run where I was selling 15, 10, 15, and $20 t-shirts online, and was just running the bag up from the Straight Outta Compton movie, selling it to my niche markets, right? So I said all that to say, then I had like, even the years after was still going, and like that was my run of like hitting these numbers. And so I was able to create a brand that we could do seasonally. I was able to print shirts, and I was able to really carve a name out for myself, because even some of those orders I shipped came with like group orders that I shipped. So it was a completely different ballgame. And thinking back to getting to those points, literally myself, I look back and I say, I was just hustling. And I believe that when I came into the game, when I bought that on YouTube online, I'm like, bruh, if I can do it, y'all can do it, right? So all I got to do is get you started. Me getting started is super motivating in itself for myself. But what I've learned about people is we need the accountability to go to the next step, right? We need to be around somebody who's already done it. If you go and do it the way that I do it, or I did it in the past, you're going to take the longest route possible. I was in the game since 2009. We talking about 2015. This is 6 years later that I made my first six figures. Before that, I couldn't even tell you how much I made. I probably did. Well, no, not probably. I didn't even know. I don't even know if I was close. I don't know. All I was able to pay for the life that I was living at the time. That's all I knew. Kids was able to get what they wanted. I was everything was taken care of. Right? Everything was taken care of. And every day I wake up, I'm hustling. So when I cut the camera on to what I was doing, to what you got seen, I had already made my first six figures. And I was just doing work every single day. It was just me cutting the camera on and running. And if you was around since the before time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so there's a period in there where I'm just like 2020 hit, I'm consulting, you know, I'm doing I'm on the road, and I start traveling, and then I start becoming a full-time consultant. And I tried to tell a ton of y'all this before everybody got into content. Like, bro, I don't make my money the way that y'all think I make my money. I don't make money off of content, right? Eventually, affiliate money had picked up, but I had positioned myself to be a marketing consultant, not a YouTuber. So the revenue that I was making was because I was inside and I was actually working I built a consultant business off of this. And I built it up to $250,000 a year. And that was the base of my revenue. Then I had affiliate income. And then I had the work that was coming through the shop. And I'm just trying to paint a picture of where it is. And one of the things that I can always say is like, if you want to go and do something, I used to feel like you had to have done it before you could talk about it. I did used to feel like that. So when I'm talking about, hey, get started, I can show you how to get started. So that's what I set out to do. I know I got you started, then you can keep going. You can take it as far as you want to go. Now I'm looking at it and like, what is the problem? We've got so many people who've gotten started. I did that. I accomplished that. I spent the year trying to figure out what it was that I was going to help you guys do because it's unfulfilling. Because starting is about unboxing a piece of equipment. Starting is about getting this. In our minds, it's not a bad place to start. It's actually a great place to start. But knowing what I know now and really sitting back and really putting a plan in place and really looking at how I'm making money, how I make money, what it is that I'm doing, it's way more important that if you make the transition from learning how to make things to working your business and learning how to build a business. That's the biggest thing that the community needs right now. So as a person who's made six figures, printing, as a person who's made six figures, actually printing shirts, for sure I can show you the path. Don't take my word for it. There's people who I sat at the beginning of last year, who've worked over the course of last year. They could pay what they want. They could show up to class for free. Some of them people are sitting in this live are going to watch the replay. And some of them people grown in being in a community of people doing it. People who showed up because this is what they do. Showed up because this is what they do. And then I look at, like, when you have a purpose and when you go out and whatever it is you guys are doing, the more specific you are, it's like the better the outcome is. The more specific, the more focused you are on what you're doing, the better the outcome will be. So me going out and creating t-shirt sizes, I'm going to help people start because I know $300, $500, $1,000 extra dollars a month will help them get going. At that, I was already making six figures. But I was so focused on helping you. That didn't mean I couldn't help you go further. I just said I'm going to help you start. And the outcome's 100,000 followers. The deeper you go in, the less people there will be. So now that you've gotten started, you've gotten equipment, or even if you haven't and you want to get off to the fucking money and not be toying around, this is the phase where we learn how to build our print shops. We don't got t-shirt businesses. We got print shops. Now, again, I just talked about being specific. I'm not talking to clothing brand owners. You guys got to go over there. I can do stuff for clothing brand. It's not that I can't do it. It's not my passion. It's not my purpose. I do that for fun. So I got information for you. I can help you. But when you ready to flip that switch, you need to go be around clothing brand owners that are doing what you need to do. Grab with people. I don't care who it is. Go be around your tribe of people. Now, I sit back here and I say, today, I got people who have started with the information that you guys all have and have built $1 million print shops. Right? Well, Stan, this, whatever. They built it on their own. Blah, blah. This ain't my words coming to tell y'all this. This is their words. I just don't go out to really talk about that type of stuff or like put it on. We just sit down and have conversations. We just talk behind the scenes. But What I have to do now is I have to show you guys, forget my words. Let's just talk to the person who grew their business by $100,000 last year, who went from $53,000 in 2023 to $156,000 in 2024. And let's go talk to her about contributor to her growing her business. Meaning she can say whatever she wants to say. And when she says, well, I went to Stan's classes. Then I picked up this mentor. And then I learned about the profit first. And I did this. And I showed up here and I did this. And here's things that contributed to my success. Will you believe it, or will you continue to make excuses? Would that be another excuse? Now, I've never made $1 million in a calendar year. But again, some of the stuff or some of the people that watch this same content started from scratch, and in the course of 3 years, built $1 million business. Built $1 million business. What up, bro?
My brother, what's going on, man?
Not much. I'm on live right now.
Oh, you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm on a YouTube live spitting some game right now. But I'm gonna hit you after I get off. I don't know if I'll probably be 45 minutes.
Okay.
Spend about an hour online. You should
Okay.
jump in there, man. Jump in the comments.
All right, I'm about to get on. I'm about to.
All right, good brother.
All right.
So that was one of the guys that different industry we working, because what's up? One of the things that I now know is like, well, does a doctor have to have been fat and lost weight to tell you how to lose weight? Some people naturally gifted at stuff that they can tell you exactly what to do. And some people studied enough to understand what to do. And some people have jobs that they're in positions that can come back and tell you what to do. What I'm saying is you can learn from so many people. In the words of the great Nipsey Hussle, you don't got to tell me advice, I'll steal it. I'm looking at what you do. Bro, I'm looking at what it is that you do. I'm looking at the entrepreneurs around me. I looked at my entire life, and everywhere I've always been of service to an entrepreneur. And you know why? I don't know what told me to do this, but I've always worked with an entrepreneur. I've always gotten up underneath of an entrepreneur and provided value in terms to learn from them. And eventually I will make some money. But I wasn't even after like job. Like, bro, show me what you're doing. I think about my one mentor, rest his soul, but I seen him at the barbershop. I grew up in the barbershop. I seen him in the barbershop for years and years. I got my high school job at the pathonetarian's office at the courthouse. He comes in there and he's going through the records. And I'm like, bro, I done worked here for 3 months. What you doing in here? So I was flat out. Y'all remember the Wolf of Wall Street? I work for you. I'm like, show me what to do. I work for you. Show what you want me to do. Because, bro, I want to be like, if you driving a Hummer and like you got properties and all of this kind of stuff, why wouldn't I want to go sit and learn? And I'm young. He passed away, unfortunately, when I was when I got into college, so maybe my sophomore year. But he was like, yo, Stan, I'm going to show you how to make your first $1 million in real estate. And I had no choice but to believe it, because I'm now in the vicinity. You just got to do these things. Hey, focus on school when you done school. You know what I'm saying? Bought him a business plan. I wanted to open a laundromat. But I've been around entrepreneurship and this type of stuff my entire life. But not to go too far into it. When you are running a business, when you're around other entrepreneurs, they don't have to be doing the same exact thing that you're doing. You will feed off of each other's businesses and each other's energy expertise. If I want to help on any business for like a system to make it simple and to work less, I know exactly who to call, because this dude is a beast with systems and processes. If I want to negotiate, I'm negotiating contracts right now. I've always set out no guidance. It's like, yo, I'm gonna make each deal I do better than my last deal, to the point to where I built up a six-figure deal. You can look at me as like sponsored of a sort, but I wasn't being paid as an influencer. I'm being paid as a market consultant, to the point now where I am upfront negotiating 5 and 6-figure deals. You can call them as an influencer, whatever the case is, but I built up a marketing consulting firm. Now I look up and now I have to put the business behind it. I hustled my way to a 6-figure deal. But one day you got to step back and say, what is exactly that I'm offering here? How do I package this up so I can go sell again and again and again and again? Y'all not going to understand where I'm coming from unless your mindset shifts to saying, yo, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm going to make, and this is how I'm going to do it. When you say clearly you want to make X amount of dollars on your t-shirt business, on your print shop, when you say clearly and definitively what it is that you want to accomplish, you look at your business as a tool to help you get there. You use your business as a tool. All the elements you got, they tools, right? You be playing and learning and doing all these tools. You got to look at your business as a tool to shape your life. The thing, the product that you're making, the shirt that you're making today, inside your business, which is a tool, is ultimately helping you build the life you want to have. When you start to look at it like that, you're going to ask different questions. You remember the questions you had when you wanted to learn? And then you started learning, and then you're like, oh, I ain't even need to know all that. That stuff is nothing. This is the real question. I'm saying if you shift your mindset, you put yourself around people doing what you want to do, just watch what happens. Just watch what happens. I just told you from probably 2009, sheesh, until 2021, I was hustling. I hustled my way to $250,000 in revenue. I looked up consulting business. I did not plan on it. I didn't ever see myself being able to combine all of my expertise, my life's work, the tools and things that I've acquired to be able to go out and negotiate 6-figure contracts. Or forget it, go out and earn 6-figure contracts. Now I sit in front of you guys and I talk and I'm in these deals and I'm like, yo, I am not in position, or I'm not in a place where I don't work and get paid up front anymore. Everybody tells you not to work and get paid. Like, don't do it up front. Like, make them pay you up front. Man, listen, y'all don't know how it is. If you're afraid to prove yourself, you're never going to be proven. If you're afraid to prove yourself, how will you ever be proven? These kids, oh, I'm LeBron James, I'm better than this, I'm better than that. Prove it. I'm going to score 200 points in the game. How about you just go out today and score 2? How about you just go out today and score 2? And score 2 tomorrow. And score 2 the next day. Score 2 points. Let me know that I can count on you 2 points for the next 6 months. Because one day you're going to look up and you're not going to go from 2 to 3. You're going to go to from 2 to 15. Because all of them 2s were scored different ways. Appreciate it, Stevie Steve. Always do and take care of me, man. I appreciate it. I got a coffee today. Yo, I learned this trick, right? Because sometimes I get them extra large coffee. Stevie Steve, you know, been around it for years, right? I get the extra large joints. I drink them. And then they get cool. And then be like later in the day, sometimes I used to reheat them. But then I'm like, these make the best iced coffee. So I'll be iced coffeeing them up. By the nighttime, I'm drinking iced coffee. But are y'all hearing me? Are y'all hearing what I'm saying to y'all? Are y'all hearing what I'm saying to y'all? What's up? Yes. Burlington and she can tell her mom. I just text them. They can meet. I don't know. Where's my mom? Where's she at? All right. Well, tell them they come here. Yes. Huh? I can't hear you at the door on you. What do you want? The girls. Oh. Well, tell Jay to get ready. What do you want, Dallas? You're not coming out here. Tell me from right here. I'm making something. Okay, I'm gonna see it when I'm done. All right. Okay. My bad, y'all. My bad. All right. So.
Where Lily meet your mommy?
I don't know. You text your mom or call your mom. I just texted her and told her. So call her and see, cause I'm on live. Stop. Y'all can't. Can y'all just figure life out without me?
No.
Hey, tell you want to take you to Burlington and get you a shirt and stuff. Sheesh. I can't leave me alone for like a 1 hour. All right, where was I, man? I remember your boy, our department, scammed me on an order a few years ago. What happened? Why you didn't tell me a few years ago? Let's get it. Let's make it made right. I'm gonna tell you a story on that note, right? My first and only sign job I did. I put it up, and I think I was live with y'all. I put half of it up. The wall did not perform the way it was supposed to perform. It wouldn't stick. So one of the joints folded over or whatever, and it was a disaster. And I never finished the job. And I made a post the other day in the document. And this was like, yeah, it had to be probably 2017. We could probably find a live video on the channel somewhere when I was trying to install it. What happened was the place I got it from, they never recut it. And it was just a disaster. So he commented the other day, much like you just commented, and he hit me up, being smart or whatever, and I'm just like, man, how's business? I can use a trainer or whatever. And I was like, you know what, man, when you need something, just let me know. I'm going to make it right. Just let me know. You need a shirt order, I got you. That was my first and last job. I think about him and only one other person. My mom's friend when I was first learning to build websites, and I had a partner build a website for me. And it always usually come down to a partner. Not so much life hack anymore, but he was supposed to build the shopping cart. This was long before Shopify and all this stuff. I was coding websites, but I didn't quite know how to build a shopping cart and have you check out and all that online. So y'all can see I'm an OG in that side too, right? But he had disappeared. I could not fulfill the lady's website. And I was just like, my mom friend, so she gave me grace. That was just the nature of like some shit. Shit happens sometimes, man. Fuck. Players fuck up too. But yeah, me, leaving down the line, we be looking at it. All right. Cool. At this point, because I forgot, I was giving y'all a sermon, and you know, man, if you never prove yourself, that was a bar right there. If you never prove yourself, how will you ever be proven? Right? Sometimes you gotta work yourself up to being paid the way, just for yourself. Some of us don't have the confidence in ourselves to go sell ourselves because we know we ain't putting the fucking work in. Sometimes it's comparing yourself to the people, and more times than not, we just ain't got the confidence in ourselves. Today, in the beginning, I didn't know what I could service a company with. I didn't know what I could serve a company with. Today, I know what I could service a company with. In the beginning, I knew I would have an impact. I didn't know how much impact it would be. They'd say, hey, man, you should have it on paper. You should have did this. You should have did. Maybe I didn't have the opportunity to do it that way at that time. I had to prove myself to myself. Today, I can sit up front and say, yo, that's going to be, That's going to be about $100,000 to do what's needed there. That's going to be about $30,000, $40,000 because of we need to do X, Y, and Z. Okay, you can't start today, no problem. I can't start today either. Whenever you're ready, you want to go through with it, let's do it. I'm here, and here's the things that I can provide. Here's the things that I can do. I want you guys to learn entrepreneurship, not just your t-shirt business. If you take the time to learn entrepreneurship, you will be okay. The context on YouTube is missing. You must have heard your name being called, G. The context is missing. And it's not even the people on YouTube's fault. I look back at myself and say, damn, am I at fault for this? Yes, but I don't feel at fault. It's like crack in the 80s. This was an unwanted consequence. I got into this. I started this channel to help you guys make money. Did we do that? Yes. The unforeseen is sell me, sell me, sell me, sell me, sell me, sell this, sell that, sell this. Next piece of equipment, next equipment, better equipment, next equipment, new equipment, better equipment, new equipment, new equipment, upgrade, upgrade, new equipment. That ain't where the money's made at. So now I'm here to tell y'all I know better, so I'm doing better. You trusted me to help you get started. Trust me to help you make money. You name the goal, we gonna go get it. I'm gonna hold you accountable. I'm gonna make sure you got the resources and the knowledge to get it done. But I can't do the work for you. I can't do the work for you. I'm working. All I can do is do every day I'm working. Every day I'm working and I don't got enough people to talk to. Every day I'm working and I don't have enough people to talk to. I don't have enough mentors. But listen, every deal I close, they don't know they're signing up to be my mentor. Y'all don't even, like, I know what I can do and I can help. But I also am there to watch and learn from the people that I'm working for the people that I'm working with. So they're gonna pay me to my benefit. I'm going to be paid to have a mentor. That's the way I look at it because I know what I can do on a marketing tip. I know what I can do on a business development tip. I know what I can do, and the only way that I now know what I can do. The only reason I now know what I can do when it comes to marketing and business development is because I took the time to prove myself. I took the time to prove myself. So now when I show up, I'm proven. Stamp it. Give me the ball and watch what I do with it. I appreciate the knowledge and jewels you've been giving over the years. Making supplement income to this day with my heat press cutter and the printers. Hey man, shout out to you, bro. So today I want to give you guys a lesson. That was just a preface. Today I want to give you guys a lesson. All right. Listen, some of this stuff is my original thoughts, and some of this is me taking some of the things that I've heard for the years and I never understood. But now it makes, like, it's things that you heard in the past that they didn't apply to you right then. They went over your head, and then something happens to you like, I knew exactly what it was. That's exactly what that meant. Stop it. Stop it. Go away. Jada, leave her alone. You being 15, 16, 17, 18, acting like a 1-year-old. Stop picking on her. And you leave your sister alone. Go watch your tablet. Okay? Both of y'all stop it. Because this is ridiculous. Y'all look just alike. Y'all want to see this girl? don't know what the world just happened. Unlock the door. If it's locked when I try to come in there, I'm gonna give you a cherry water ice mouth. So I want to give you guys a lesson today. And this one right here is the very, very simple, 80-20 rule. And today it comes because onboarding someone into the blueprint, the six-figure printer blueprint. If you want to see if you fit, you want to join, you want to be a part, you want to work with me closely, you want to work in a group setting, you want access, you want all that stuff, you can click the link down below. If not, stay here, rock with me, just get to work, right? So I'm onboarding somebody. And over the course of what I won last year, I reframed the t-shirt business so that it could be a service, right? And if you check out the Perfect Print Shop marketing plan, I talk about this in full detail. If you want the book, DM me on Instagram. Let me know you want the marketing book or whatever. And then I'll send you the link, or you can comment, whatever the case is. Touch with me. You can't get to it directly. You gotta want it, right? And so when it comes to what I did last year, it's to this rule. So I got my guy, we onboarding, we getting things going, we looking at this business, we taking a look at it. Don't tell me my computer died. Golly. Gotta show y'all this. Charge it a little bit. So I guess we just keep talking about it. The 80-20 rule. So what I did last year was I reframed the business. And when I say that I reframed the business, what I mean by that is I wanted to go out and find $10,000 customers. I said, what if every customer was worth $10,000 that I had? Now, this does not mean I'm going to not do this and over there and not do that over there. Eventually, it may end up being that way. But this does not mean you don't have to do what you're doing. This doesn't mean you have to turn customers away. Remember when we started this live, I was about that focus that you could figure out. If you could figure out that focus and that grind and that positioning for yourself and how it will improve everything that you're doing, I said, what if my customers were worth $10,000? And then I said to myself, well, if that was the case, then I would only need 10 to hit six figures. Theoretically, right? And so by reframing the business, what I'm actually able to do is to focus on the 20% of the people that's bringing me 80% of the revenue. Listen, y'all, my keyboard, right, on my computer, one side gets stuck when it's cold, one side gets stuck when it's warm. It's bananas. I don't know which space bars or which shift key is going to work on each side. Okay. So, we working over here, and I'm like, bro, my guy business, you know, he had a partner, he did like 60K, and then next year he did 30K. That partner was the difference maker. And he's like, maybe I'm just not good at the marketing and this and that. And I'm like, wait, pause, time out. You lost half your revenue. Let's figure out why. Let's step back. Let's look at things. Let's figure out what's going on. And then let's come up with a plan so that his partner is his wife. Your wife still be active, but she's not carrying a brunt load. Because if you know how to do production, and she is willing, we just got to be constructive about what happens and be intentional about how this process works so that we together can figure this stuff out. And so this is what's going to, the call we're going to have this week is going to be about. based on his business. But I say, yo, give me a customer list from 2022 to 2025. He gave me a customer list. He gave me some information. I'm actually going to hide. I'm going to hide this column because I don't want to. It got his customer contacts on it. So what ended up happening is I'm like, he gave it to me. I'm like, this is like, bro, you got like a $17,000 customer, this $1,000. Oh, you some good customers in here. You mean this one person spent this much? So let's just take a look at this. I say, you know what? Break it down. So I had to put this document together for whatever reason he couldn't. But here it is. Here it is. I'm trying to see if I can. Oh yeah, I can zoom in. All right. So based on this right here, the number of customers he had in, let's go to 2023. Oh, no, won't do that. I didn't hide it in there. Hold on, let me hide it. Might have had, nah, I ain't gonna be able to keep this live up. All right. So the number of customers that he has is 87. So of the 87, that's 17 customers that is top 20%. And his top 17 customers, right here, how much they spent. Right? So they spent $53,000 of his total 61. The 80% is after 17 below. Spent 8,000. It's 13%. 80-20 rule, right? You go to the next year. Business drop off. He lost 30 customers. So his top 2% is 11 people. And it's almost exactly 80-20 from last year. So what we do is we want to take these people right here and we want to go find more of them. We want to first figure out if in here, all of these people can perhaps double what they spend with us. What can we do to get these people to spend 25% more with us? What can we do to get them to spend double? So let's just take a look. We were able to get them to spend, all right, before we do that. So the revenue drop. The first thing we got to do is to figure out I'm at least, it's being like ballparkish, I'm missing 6 customers from the 11 of my top 20%. I'm missing. So I'm missing double the revenue, losing some customers here, or by customer spending less. So how can I take care of the people that are already in my business? So many of us lose customers that are repeat customers. In this case, how can we grow this revenue here? The first thing is to figure out where my missing people went. Where my missing people went. Where'd they go? We got to figure that out. Then we say, if these people never left, I should at least be at 53,000. But let's say if I can get them to spend 25% more across the board. If I can get them to spend 25% more across the board, I would have grown my revenue by $13,000. By $13,000. And we just talking about me focusing on 17 customers. Then what we can do is we can go in and categorize these customers. restaurants, football team, restaurant, football team. We can then go in and categorize them and go find more like them. Why do I want to focus down here with the people spending on? Not that I'm not going to take this money. Not that I'm not going to take this money, but let me find customers that are going to spend what the top 20% are going to spend. So, before we open this up to any questions that you guys might have, if you reframe your business, what you're currently doing, around the top 20%, if you run the math and you look at it, and it's amazing how these numbers came out, but if you look at the math and you focus on that 20%, eventually the 80%, the $20 at the bottom or whatever that only spend this, that, eventually be gone. Eventually you're going to be like, I don't want to do them. Why would I do that when I could spend my time with somebody spending $10,000, $8,000, $20,000 with me a year? And I'm working less conversations. So if I can go have the right conversations can add revenue to your business. 1,000%. 1,000%. Y'all hearing what I'm talking about, man? That's my lesson for the day. Y'all got any comments, questions, concerns? I'm here for y'all. Any feedback? Y'all got anything for me? If not, we gonna get off of this live. I'm out of here. I think 25 is going to kill off all the new brands. What do you mean? What brands? What do you mean by new brands? You talking about like the clothing brands, or you talking about like the blank suppliers? Again? All right, y'all. Get out of here. That's all I have for y'all today. The preaching is over. We right at an hour. Um, yeah. Most people buy cheap goods from China and brand it as it's theirs. Bro, business has been done the same. It don't even matter. Like whatever, even the equipment y'all buy, equipment, supplies, it's the same. It's all coming from the same places. It's no different. Business ain't gonna change. It's not gonna change. At the end of the day, is who can make something desirable. Outside of something that's patented or brand and all of that kind of stuff, it's about who can make something or brand that people want to buy. There's always a cheaper option, but people still go spend the most money. Then my thing is also that, bro, ain't nothing we can do about it. Like, if you need to make this cup, and this cup only comes from China, you're still going to need the cup. So you're still going to get it from China. Whether ship it somewhere else to bring it in for cheaper, or they bring it in direct, regardless of the fact, we still need the cup. I actually get my stuff in Pakistan, and it's definitely a quality difference. There's definitely a quality difference in Pakistan, but I mean, who's going to do something to change it? Nobody. If unless somebody went to Pakistan and invested in them upping their style or their quality or whatever, you're gonna get the same old thing. I got a pretty good Pakistan manufacturer. What do you think of the new rise of new Christian brands? I mean, I don't, bro. I think it matters. What's the difference between a t-shirt business, bunch of print shops and t-shirt businesses popping up, right? A bunch of Christian brands popping up. All this is going to come back to the same thing that I'm saying. It's going to come back to who can service the customer the best. Who can make something that people want to have, want to buy, want to spend their money on. The businesses who are not changing with the times are going to fall down. Older brands that don't revive, that don't go to the new, they're going to die off. And I'm saying that because their audience is dying off. See, G's Burke, Jungle Basketball. I mean, a lot of this stuff out here is like, you also got to look at who's making the money off of it. So like, by me selling you the design, I'm making money, but the design may not necessarily sell. Like, I really don't believe in pre-made designs, right? Now, Etsy store, all of that kind of stuff, I get it. But I don't believe in buying pre-made designs. I could theoretically sell designs. I can sell designs, but the way that I look at it is like, bro, you need to make something for yourself. Like, unless you were to like buy a brand that I created or hire me to work with you to do something, to make something, it's just going to be. I, for the life of me, can't understand who is buying these designs. But on a serious note, I got a call coming in from one of my industry buddies. I appreciate you guys. Catch me in the comments.